All right, so we're gonna go ahead and, call the meeting to order at 6:47. And a roll call vote, Laura Heath. Here. Lee Pearman. Nate Brewer.
Here. Ashton Fowler.
Here.
Invocation was given by Pastor Tone. Now we're gonna stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mayor Hodges, you have a report for us?
Just one thing, Madam President. Last week, was by the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they presented the following. The National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Flag of the United States of America Committee, Certificate of Award presented to the City of Sylacauga. For the proper use, correct display, and patriotic presentation of the flag of the United States of America, signed by National Chairman Marie Glenn and President Grand Pamela Wright. Our flags have not been displayed the past few weeks. We have two problems. The lanyard on this one, and on 280 in Fort Williams has other lanyard. These parts have to be ordered. That is the reason our flag has not been presented so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Hodges. All right, I need a motion to amend the agenda,
I'll make the motion.
to amend it.
Yes, ma'am.
All
I
right,
got one question. Do we need to add, since Shannon's doing the job of the city clerk treasurer, do we need to add that into her to make sure she gets her, as a policy states?
it's still, there's a process. This is not our job to request it. They still need to request it. We have to do things the way that
Right.
they're supposed to be done.
Right.
We've always
Yeah.
done it.
We've always done it. That's why we have people in place for things like that.
Second by me.
All right, so, all right, hold on. All right. All right, so I got a motion from Nate and a second from Lee.
And that's deleting
Yeah,
seven.
deleting 7, deleting 9, and 11.
Correct.
And Cassie, you're gonna be ready for 11 next time, right? All right,
And adding some action to rescind these raises, it has to be, it won't get done. I think.
So if the mayor has to send an email.
I don't think we have to since we're gonna order an audit.
Does he have to send an email though to request for her to get interim pay for the position she's performing in?
He can do it the same way he requests everything else, in the work.
Okay.
During the work session, he put it on the agenda, that's the way it's always been requested.
Right, but I'm just thinking of the employees who provide services to our people, how it's gonna.
But I'm thinking of people who did things that they
No,
weren't
I
supposed
mean,
to
nobody
do.
should do anything that they're not supposed to do. That's what I'm, but we gotta look for a solution for the employees
Otherwise,
too.
if there's not an action.
It needs to be on the
nothing will
agenda.
happen.
All right, so we're gonna add an action item, so it's gonna be number,
Work area is
all
number
right, number 16.
16.
I don't wanna imply that employees gave themselves a raise for any position.
Action is necessary. They did, action is necessary to rescind,
Yeah,
pay increases that were not approved by the council.
Correct.
On the April 16th, as of April 16th, and Friday a week ago.
it doesn't matter, because, I mean, we don't know what else happened, so.
We look at every department.
And directing the city attorney to arrange a forensic audit of finances.
Okay, so we're taking number 7 off. Next item, approved minutes of the regular, council meeting held May 6, 2025. Need a motion?
Motion.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any, you said nay?
I said yea.
All right, any nays? All right, motion passes. All right, no more old business, on to new business. Action that is necessary to approve resolution 25-2025 to authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with Biometric Systems LLC to share mugshots, forms, and sex offender data to enhance chances of catching criminals safely. Need a motion by council member?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? All right, motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve a budget amendment from other professional fees, GL 010-511-41580-000 to legal fees expenses, GL 010-511-41540-000 in the amount of $1,537 to cover invoice from Spain and Gillian invoices to be provided, and we have those, yeah. I need a motion?
Motion.
I need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, I do have a question and I forgot to ask. Shannon, on these, accounts payable, does this include payroll?
No.
All right, so there's no payroll in this, all right? The next item, action that is necessary to approve May 2025 accounts payable invoices totaling $689,090.14. And a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. Next item, action that is necessary to approve adding an additional full-time position to the animal shelter at an hourly rate of $14.69 for the fiscal year 2025 funding to come from PD unused salaries. I need a motion.
Motion.
I need a second.
Should this say anything about temp service?
I don't know, does that matter?
Does it matter?
I don't think,
We don't have civil service board approval for a full-time position.
so yes, it's gonna have to be, so we are gonna have to get them from temp.
This will be through temp force.
Can we just add that?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so hold on, let me read it up.
Contracted position.
Yeah, so action that is necessary to approve adding an additional, contract position through temp force for the animal shelter at an hourly rate of $14.69 with fiscal year 25 funding to come from police, unused salaries. And Laura, you motion?
Yes.
All right, I need a second.
Second.
All right, Ashton, all in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Motion passes. All right, so next item, action that is necessary to rescind pay increases that were not approved by city council and directing the city attorney to order a forensic audit on all, financials.
Can that be two separate items?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, let's do that then. So let me, I don't want that first.
People use about the same
All right. All right, so next item, I'm just correcting this, I said wrong. Action that is necessary to rescind pay increases that were approved without city, pay increases that were not approved by city council, and any monies that were paid out are to be paid back immediately. I need a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays?
Nay, but let me specify why I'm saying that, because I want this on the record. Anyone can file an ethics complaint. I do not have proof that this has been done. All it is hearsay right now. I do not feel comfortable voting on this if I do not know what I'm voting on.
Quick comment, it's not hearsay, the pay was made, it was not authorized.
But it doesn't matter if,
If I had proof, I mean, I'd be
It's okay.
100% for it.
it's okay, Laura,
Yeah.
it's okay. You vote your conviction, but what I'm gonna say is, if it didn't happen, then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
I just,
That's true.
I feel like it, trying to, kind of play politics, and I don't feel comfortable. If I had proof, I'm 100% against unauthorized pay, but it's just hearsay.
There's proof if you look at the payroll, and payroll was not authorized.
All right. Next action item, have city attorney order a forensic audit on all city, financials. I need a motion by a council member.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
I heard, Lee. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
Any nays? All right, motion passes. All right, next item. Now it's time for anyone to address the council. No action to be taken at this meeting. Please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record prior to addressing the council.
Can you hear me?
I can, so, all right, state your
Jane
name.
McGee,
All right. HR.
206 South Elm Avenue. First, I just want to apologize to all you guys. Sorry that you have to hear this.
You're addressing the council, Jane.
Let's talk about the city clerk test. I'm the liaison to the Civil Service Board, I think you know that. Some of my concerns are tests. We have difficulty, that's part of our recruiting problem. Some of these tests aren't appropriate. I have no desire to ever be a city clerk. So, my intent was not to be sneaky. It was to get a look at the test, and that was it. I will never be a city clerk in any form or fashion, in any city. So that's out of the way. I'm really, not really surprised with you guys. I'm disappointed. I work hard. I probably have some of the highest work ethic of anybody here, but y'all would never know that. The constant attacks, humiliating me in public. I'm not even embarrassed anymore. You should be embarrassed, frankly. The pay raise. Well, let's talk about that. You passed an education policy on September 17th, 2024. And you requested that we do a qualifying list of degrees, which we did. And in that policy, there was no statement of, the whole point of the list is you guys didn't want us to keep bringing things back to you to fill up your agenda. That's why we did the list. None of you remember. So that's your call, if that's what you want to do. But I am appalled at the constant treatment, the harassment, the discrimination. I put you on notice January 23rd, and I'm putting you on notice again. Please stop. This is unnecessary. I'm not breaking any rules. I know you don't like Jane, the HR specialist. Feel it every day. And I hate that, because I actually think some of you are pretty decent people. But you just gotta hate on for Jane. And I can't do anything about it. But I will continue to work hard. I will continue to help the people I can help. And that's all I can do. I want to say something else about a comment in Sylacauga today. And the constant berating on Jane McGee is the one who is responsible for all these legal fees. $300,000 is not Jane McGee. That is a former counsel telling the Civil Service Board that they don't have any authority. And that was a joint decision for you guys to fight each other. That has nothing to do with me, but yet it's in print in Sylacauga today. Directed at Human Resources. So, see what else we got.
That's time.
Jane, that's the timer, so your time's up, so you'll have to
I
address
don't
it.
think that's time. Is that time?
How much time? It's time. Yeah, so you'll have to,
I'm gonna say one more thing.
Well, your time is up, Jane.
I'm gonna say one last thing.
Your time is up.
Nate Brewer, you need to stop
Jane,
saying malicious gossip
Your time-
when you're campaigning about
Jane.
my boss.
hey,
Thank
Jane,
you.
we can say some things about you too. You can't use this as a platform
Thank you.
to get your point
Especially as a
across or
political
try to
platform.
embarrass the council. There's a lot of
You
things.
embarrass me?
Well, you should be. All right. State your name.
Sandra Epperson, 946 Marble City Heights Circle, and I'm actually going to continue a point that Jane made about the anonymous article that was in the Sylacauga today, because it not only referenced Jane, the administration, but it also referenced ongoing litigation. And the $300,000 that it referenced had inaccurate information about it. And I'm going to keep this pretty high level, other than to say that if anybody wants to know the truth, they can call me. And I'll be happy to tell you the truth. I'll be happy to point you to the circuit court case. I'll be happy to point you to the Civil Service Board order. I'll be happy to provide you with whatever documentation that you want, because the truth is out there, and what was published is highly inaccurate. And that's all I have to say about that.
Thank you, Sandra. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council? You just come up, state your name and address before addressing, please.
My name is Paula Hurt. I live at 2036 Arrowhead Drive. I'm having notes. I'll do the best I can. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for allowing me to speak again. The only thing I want brought up is I appreciate you getting me my information. I do have the pictures. They're on my phone. I don't have anything to give you guys. But the question I have, when the paperwork was turned in to the insurance company, you guys, somebody up here had it. So was that the previous city clerk that turned it in? And do you have a copy of what was sent to the insurance company?
That would have been the previous city clerk.
That you guys do not have it?
No, I do not have access to the things that
Wow.
she sent at
So,
this time.
so what I have then that was sent into the insurance company are pictures that were made at Indian Valley, where the equipment was in the ditch there. There was also a picture that I had of the house across the street, where the brick wall was knocked down. There was not one picture made of the ditch at my house or anything that I turned in. So do I understand that there is nothing at City Hall that I wrote my paperwork out from the claim that I received here that was sent to the insurance? Second question is, how is stuff sent to the insurance company? Is it through email?
I think they do send it by email and electronically.
Then my request is, can you call that insurance company and get what was sent to them? And I would like to have a copy of that.
I don't think they will give us a copy of that, but I will.
Will they
call
not
them and
give you
ask
what
them.
was sent from this building?
And I will call them and ask them.
And I should be privy to that. That was my claim and my stuff that I sent in.
Do you
And
have
I
a
would
case
like to
number
know what
or
was sent
anything?
in from here.
Do you have a case number or reference number or anything
Oh,
you
I
can give
do.
them?
I have Grace Penley's number. I have a reference number.
If you could share that with them and help
I'll be
them.
glad to.
I will need that information.
Okay. And then who will I hear from?
It will
Because
be
it's,
me.
you, okay. So I can come to you now and get the information without any roadblocks standing in my way anymore.
You can get what information they're willing to give me.
Okay. It came from this building. It came from this office. Why would they not give it to you?
I can't answer that because I've not been involved in any of this. That all happened before I became the city clerk, the interim city clerk.
But shouldn't there be a file or something on it to where,
There
you have
is,
a
I have
file?
not found it yet, and I have been digging.
Okay.
What did
Do,
she say?
do we have access to the prior city clerk's
No,
emails?
we do not. Not at this point.
So there is no evidence of anything that I turned in?
So what Shannon said was she's been digging and looking through the hard copies and stuff,
Yes.
trying to find the files
And has
that were
not?
sent, hasn't found it yet, but she's looking. And I think we haven't got any access to the electronic side of the previous clerk's stuff yet.
But
so.
we're not involved in administration, but logically, if there is a case number and the city submitted something, the city should be able to request a copy of what it submitted.
Okay,
It doesn't make
So
sense
I
to
need
me that
that
that's
case
not the case.
okay.
So if we can make sure she has the case number, there's nothing we can do other than to please request that they try to be cooperative.
Thank you very much for your time. Give it to you now or later?
Now, please.
All right, is there anyone else who would,
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
is there anyone else who would like to address the council? Okay. Having no further business to discuss, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Any second?
Second.
I heard Ashton. All in favor?
Yeah.
Any nays? Time for adjournment is 7:08.